Good day, everyone. My name is Diego Maglake, and I'm here to present my final project in mms-145. This is a video tutorial about common network problems you encounter and solutions to help you solve them. The first problem we will tackle is a very common one, which is no internet connection. This happens when your internet browser fails to connect to any website, or your personal email account could not send and retrieve new messages. To fix this problem, I have a troubleshooting guide that I follow. In my experience, my Windows laptop could not open any website. I see that my router's LED lights are on and blinking normally. I can see that my laptop is connected to the Wi-Fi router, so I check if there's an IP address, ipconfig/all on the command prompt, and I see that an IP address is indeed connected. I check if the connection to the router is properly established by pinging the gateway, and the result is still normal. I tried connecting my laptop directly to the router using a network cable. An IP address is attained, but I still cannot browse the internet. I checked the router settings using the configurations left by the service provider, which is PLDT, but the settings are still correct. I log a service ticket with PLDT by calling their customer service hotline. I later find out that the landline number assigned to my account was inadvertently changed and was assigned a different phone number, causing a conflict between my router and the PLDT's gateway. So let's do a recap on how to troubleshoot when there's no internet connection. Number 1. See if your laptop or computer is connected properly to the router. Number 2. Check if there's an IP address on the command prompt and see that an IP address is indeed assigned. Number 3. Check the router settings using the configurations left by the service provider. But when all the settings are still correct, you need to log a service ticket with the service provider you are subscribed to by calling their customer service hotline. Following my troubleshooting guide, I finally found out what the problem was. It was the landline number assigned to my account was inadvertently changed and was assigned a different phone number, causing a conflict between my router and PLDT's gateway. So, the solution I showed will cover all your concerns. That is why the last step is to call customer service hotline, because this is one of those problems that should be fixed by your internet service provider. Now we move on to problem number 2. Another common problem we might encounter is that your smartphone can connect to the internet through Wi-Fi, but your laptop cannot. In my experience, both my devices connect to the same Wi-Fi router, but only my phone is able to browse the internet. I also checked with a different service provider by using my smartphone service provider, but my laptop still cannot connect to the internet with a different service provider. I checked my laptop settings if it is able to attain an IP address on the command prompt, but it doesn't give me an IP address. I checked my network card is set properly by using the loopback test. The result was a negative. So I checked the device manager by clicking Windows and right-click on my computer and click on Properties. This brings up a new window showing the basic information about my computer. I click on the device manager link on the left panel and it brings up the device manager window. I expand the option for network adapters and see an exclamation point on it. I double click the device with an exclamation point and it opens another window for the network card and see that the device driver needs to be reinstalled. So I close the window, right click on the network card with the exclamation point on the device manager and click on uninstall. I restart the laptop and upon startup, it will redetect my network card. Follow the prompts for Windows to install the proper device manager, but choosing the model of the network card based on the list that Windows provides. Windows has its own basic drivers for its devices within its operating system, so feel free to use what applies. Otherwise, use the driver found in the CD that comes with the laptop. Now moving on, here are computer problems and what to do when you encounter them. What do I do if the computer locks up and or is acting weird? The solution: if the computer is frozen and will not respond to any commands, it may be necessary to press Ctrl-Alt-Delete, all three keys at the same time, to bring up the task list. Select any program that says not responding and click the End Task button. Repeat until all tasks are ended. If this does not work, turn the computer off. Wait several seconds, turn the computer back on, and let the computer run the scan disk. Another common computer problem that you might encounter is, what do I do if the computer is completely dead? Solution: check all the connections to the cables between the CPU and the monitor and all the electrical cables. Check the wall socket or surge strip to see if they are bad, because sometimes the surge strip will have good and bad outlets. If you have a green light on your monitor but not on your CPU, then there is a problem with your CPU. If there is a green light on your CPU and not your monitor, then you have a problem with your monitor and not your CPU. If you have another monitor that you know is good, the quickest way to test is to put another monitor on the machine and see if you get an image on the screen. If you have a light on both the monitor and the CPU, check the pins of the data cable between the monitor and the CPU. Because a single bent pin can cause an image problem. Now, the last problem is, what do I do if the computer is in the safe mode? Solution: at times your computer could develop a problem which causes your machine to boot up in what is called safe mode. The easiest way to try and solve this problem is to run a scan disk. Step 1. Click on Start, then Programs, go to Accessories, System Tools, then Scan Disk. Then, place a check on Automatically Fix Errors. So when Scan Disk finishes, reboot your computer to see if this fixed the problem. If the computer still boots up in the safe mode, click on Start, then go to Programs, then Accessories, System Tools, and Disk Defragmenter. If you receive the message You don't need to defragment this drive now. Continue with the process anyway. When this defragmenter is finished, reboot your computer to see if this fixed the problem. And lastly, if the computer still starts up in safe mode, you need to contact a computer technician. Thank you guys for watching my video tutorial. I hope this video has been informative for everyone.